everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you happen to be new here. My name is Ashley and I am 1 year cancer free. Just about, not quite, but we're getting there. And this month, September, happens to be Thyroid Cancer Awareness Month, and that is what I had. I had stage 2 papillary that's always a hard one for me to say. I had stage 2 papillary carcinoma, and which is thyroid cancer, and it spread into both sides of my thyroid as well as 14 of my lymph nodes, and that was the scariest thing that I've ever been through in my life. I've made previous videos talking about it, but now that I have a better setup and better quality sound so you guys can actually hear what I'm saying, I'm probably going to make way more videos about that this month. So to kick off Thyroid Cancer Awareness Month, I'm 6 days in, but I wanted to talk to you guys about my #1 resource when I first got sick. So I'm going to leave a link down below to the website, but it's www.thyca for thyroidcancer.org. This website literally had all of the information that I needed from start to finish. It had everything from what I could expect when I first got sick to what I was going to expect when I went through treatment, to how I need to take care of myself, to anything, to, you know, how I can express to my family and friends how I'm feeling, and how I can share resources to other people about what you need to know about thyroid cancer. And now that I've had it, I have become such a big advocate for it, and I think that it is very underrated, and thyroid disease is something that really affects a lot of people, but it gets brushed off because it's not a real disease, and that sucks. Because if you have a thyroid disorder, you know that you feel like crap 99% of the time, but it is things like this and videos like this that will help you in your journey to know what's going on and to help you, and it's resources like this that you will need in your journey to understand what thyroid cancer is and what you can do to make yourself feel better. So I will leave all the links down below, but this is my favorite resource. It is the top 10 things that you need to know about thyroid cancer. So #1, thyroid cancer has had the fastest increase of any cancers in recent years, and when I was going through my treatment, I spoke with so many people, and apparently in my area there was a nuclear reactor that went down years and years ago, but some of the areas are radiated. If you live within a certain amount of distance within that area, you have more of a likelihood to be affected by like thyroid cancer, thyroid disease, but almost every woman in my family has thyroid disease. I am the lucky one who got cancer. #2, thyroid cancer literally affects everybody, men, women, people of all ages. When I was in the hospital, I spoke to a couple people who were younger than me, people who were older than me, everybody. There were men there were women who were receiving the same treatment that I was, and it is all the same disease regardless of your sex, regardless of gender, regardless of age. Thyroid cancer does not pick and choose who it affects. We all have a thyroid. #3 is that both men and women, like I did mention, will be affected by some sort of thyroid disease or thyroid cancer. However, more than 2/3 of the people affected are women. #4, there are so many types of thyroid cancer, but every type of treatment is tailored to what you specifically have. Like I mentioned, I had papillary carcinoma, and the treatment that I received was radioactive iodine ablation therapy. So that might not have been given to someone who was in a different stage of thyroid cancer. #5, when found early enough, thyroid cancer is treated. It is easily treatable. I am, like I said, 1 year cancer free, and that is because I chose to go with the treatment, and it wasn't like I didn't have to go through chemotherapy, but I did have to be isolated in the hospital and at home due to the radiation. #6, even when treatable, thyroid cancer will disrupt your life. It is expensive, and it can be really stressful for patients and loved ones. And what I mean by this is everybody around you won't necessarily understand what you're going through. So on the days that I feel like my head is in a cloud. I can't express what I'm feeling to everybody else because they're not going through what I'm going through, and they're not suffering from a thyroid problem. So my pain is not their pain, and it's hard for me to get across how I'm feeling. And that is the most stressful thing that can happen in my relationship with Marcel, is that he doesn't necessarily understand what thyroid pain is and what a thyroid does to the body. And now that I don't have one and I am not that good at taking my medication, I am really that much more affected by the side effects of a thyroid disorder, and it sucks. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. If you have a thyroid condition, you know. That's all I can say. So number 7, a simple neck check done by your doctor can determine any kind of thyroid nodule that might be life-threatening. My nodule actually ended up being a tumor. It was the size of a golf ball, and it was on the left side of my thyroid. It was horrifying. And it wasn't even me that found it, it was my grandma. And I mentioned this in a previous video, that she looked at me one day and she's like, "Why is your neck swollen?" And I didn't even realize it. And this much of my neck was swollen, about that much of it, for probably 6 months until I had my surgery, and I didn't even realize it. So make sure you are checking your neck, make sure you're checking everything on your body for anything, because nothing is ever too small to be checked out. Number 8, most thyroid nodules are benign and not cancerous. However, when I did go for my first biopsy, they told me that it was benign and everything would be fine. But when they opened me up, they did discover that I had cancer. Number 9, some thyroid cancers and diseases are really aggressive and hard to treat. So make sure that if you are suspicious of having a thyroid disease, you are getting it checked out right away. And number 10, there is so much free help. I am a part of so many support groups on Facebook. I have received so much free help for my thyroid disorder, and it's only like a click away. Honestly, everything is online. Everything is so easy for you to discover. Just make sure you're educating yourself if you do have some sort of thyroid disorder, and make sure that you are seeking medical treatment if you need it. So like I mentioned before, I will leave the link to this website down below. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. I will be doing more of these for the month of September. I really want to educate you guys because I had a pretty traumatic experience last year, and I really just want everybody to be safe and not have to go through what I went through. If it wasn't for the support and love of my amazing endocrinologist and my wonderful family and friends, I probably would not be here right now, and I thank everybody so much for that. So like I mentioned, September is Thyroid Cancer Awareness Month. Make sure you are checking yourselves and educating yourselves if you are a little bit suspicious, or if you or anyone that you might know has a thyroid disorder. Make sure it gets checked out and it does not go overlooked, because it can be fatal. Thank you guys for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like me and what I'm doing here on YouTube. I post 3 times a week, and I will see you guys on Friday. Sayonara, suckers.